welcome back to my channel. It's Ashley, the Wayward Stitcher, and I am coming to you on Monday, the 8th of November. I meant to come back on Halloween, obviously, but if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I had a massive I had a massive issue with filming, well, not filming, but uploading my footage to my computer. I film my videos on my cell phone, and then that footage gets saved onto my SD card, which I then usually put into my computer and add it that way. But it seems as if something had happened with my SD card and my computer was rejecting it. So I was like, oh my god, how am I going to do this? Because for a while, my phone wouldn't allow me to plug it in with a USB, so I couldn't import my videos that way either, which was like a real pain in the ass. So I just tried it randomly the other day and managed to upload every photo and video onto my computer from my phone via USB cable. So I'm filming this again today in hopes that that will work again. And if it doesn't, then I really have no idea what I'm going to do moving forward, because I really don't know how else to film these videos and put them on YouTube and still be able to edit them. What I might end up having to do is uploading directly from my phone, and in which case I won't be able to edit anymore. So what you see is what you're going to get, and if there's bloopers and stuff like that, then I guess you're gonna see bloopers, because and I don't know how to use the YouTube editing thing, because isn't there something for that now? I don't know how to use that. So moving forward, this is just going to be what we're going to do. And I know I had told you that I was going to use my parents' place from now on to film my videos, but I think, fingers crossed, that the lighting situation here at my kitchen island is going to work for my videos. It seems bright enough. The overhead lights here seem bright enough, and I've kind of shown myself my projects on camera beforehand, and things look good. So hopefully this all works out, just so that it's easier for me. I thought doing it at my parents' house was gonna work for me, but I don't think it is. It's just too much work hauling things back and forth and packing everything up. Also, this is my Grogu cup that I got for Christmas from my boyfriend. I love it. So, what do I have to show you today? Not a whole lot. I will be fair and say that I have not done a lot of stitching. However, today I tried something new, and I put a timer on my phone, and I told myself that I was going to allot myself 1 hour uninterrupted stitching time, and when that timer ran out, I was allowed to do whatever else I wanted afterwards, and it worked really well for me. Halfway through that hour, however, I did stop the timer and gave myself like a 5-minute break to get up, stretch my legs, go to the washroom, that kind of stuff. Just because I figure sitting for a whole hour, you know, stretch your body out, do some stretches and stuff like that, and then I could get back to stitching and being comfortable. Because from where I stitch in the chair in my bedroom, even though I have a Lowry stand and I can adjust the height level, my shoulders and my back still kind of get sore a little bit depending on how I'm stitching. So yeah, I just decided that, you know, an hour is a good amount of time to spend stitching, and if, you know, no one else is home, then I don't have to worry about being interrupted, and I can just stitch my little heart out. And I was working actually on my Heaven and Earth designs during that time, and I was curious. I'm like, I wonder how many stitches I can get in on my Heaven and Earth in an hour. That was like one of the main purposes of it, was to just see how much I could do in an hour. I did 178 stitches in an hour, which seems like totally insane, but I was only stitching with one color, so that helps, right? But yeah, I think the progress on my Heaven and Earth is going to be pretty good from the last time that you guys saw it. I don't have a picture. I don't know how to edit videos to show before and after and all that stuff. So if you want to see what it looked like before, you'll have to go back on my last video that it was in, which I think was my last one, my video before this. But yeah, I'm very proud of my progress on it today. I got a lot done. So in that hour, I got 178 stitches, and then I stitched for a while after that as well. And so I'm somewhere in like the 230 stitches for the day today. And I plan on doing some more tonight after supper. Because usually at nighttime in our household, we watch a movie after dinner like almost every night. So as you can tell, we have, you know, that's not even our whole collection. So we have more than enough to keep us entertained every night of the week, between that and TV shows and stuff like that. So, but yeah, like I allow myself now an hour before bed at night to either stitch or read, in which case I've been doing more reading than stitching lately. I've been reading a book about Harley Quinn. If you don't know who Harley Quinn is, she's a kind of villain in Batman. She's a really good character and I really like her, and I bought this book called Mad Love, and it's like her story of things that happened in her life leading up to her being Harley Quinn. So I'm really kind of into it, actually. So I'm enjoying that right now. And also, while my boyfriend and I were on vacation, which was amazing, by the way, I picked up the book called Ruby's Curse by, oh no, I should know her name. Why don't I know her name? This is not good. I should know it. Oh my goodness. Okay, for you Doctor Who fans, for you Whovians, obviously, the lady who played River Song, which is who our cat's named after, she wrote her own book about River Song. So I picked that up. So after I'm done reading Mad Love, I'm going to be reading Ruby's Curse. Alex Kingston, that just popped into my head. Alex Kingston, the actress who played River. So I'm really excited for that. We've been waiting for that book for a while. So once I'm sure I sit down to read it, I'm going to be like flying through it. And speaking of Doctor Who, random tangent, new season Doctor Who Flux has started. That started on Halloween. The first episode was available on Halloween. And we watched that through the CTV app on our computer, and that was interesting. It was interesting. It's just kind of a shame that this series has only got 6 episodes. But it is what it is, I guess. And yeah, so we only watched the first episode so far. I don't know if we're allowed to have access to the rest of them, which is kind of strange. So anyways, we're allowed the season premiere of shows for free, but then you have to like prove that you have a TV provider and all that nonsense, which in our apartment we don't. So anyway, so looking forward to seeing the rest of the series for that. River's 6 months old now, actually, and you know what, just let me go for like 2 seconds and I will fetch her for you. From a nap. I woke her up from a nap. So she has obviously grown quite a little, grown quite a bit since we got her. I do believe she's 6 months old now. Who can say that they have, Flosstube videos that they film where their pets are just being so cute? Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. You're showing everybody on Flosstube what a sweet girl you are. Not nearly as affectionate as a real River, mind you. I think I said that backwards. She's more affectionate than the actual character. But she's so sweet. And we love her so much. Yes, we do. But she has actually, I don't know if I can actually show you guys more. Like, she is a big girl now, aren't you? Yes, you were quite tiny when we first got you. It's hard to believe when you think about having a pet, you know, getting a puppy or a kitten, and you see them gradually, oh, she likes that. You see them gradually growing, and before you know it, they're like fully grown, and you're like, when did that happen? Like, she's not quite fully grown yet, but like, it's hard for me to believe that, you know, she's grown that much since we got her. How does it happen? Honestly, I don't know. So yeah, she's doing really, really well. She just actually had her last dose of boosters at the vet last week, so she's all good to go till next year. She just needs her rabies next year. So, and she's healthy and she's good and she's teething. She actually lost one of her baby teeth yesterday. She was like chewing on my boyfriend's daughter's sweater and her tooth fell out. So, but yeah, she's doing really, really well. However, Angel, some of you might know Angel. She is my gray tabby. Excuse me. Don't know what don't know what happened there. Sorry. Our gray tabby is not well. She went last month for her routine vaccines, her yearly vaccines. And just because of her age, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna ask the vet just to do some, you know, blood work, because she's, you know, over 10, so I want to kind of just make sure everything's good. And I'm glad I did, because the doctors actually found some stuff that was abnormal. Her white blood cell count, I think, was elevated, and there was something else that was elevated. And at the time, the vet thought that, you know, this looks like it might be in correlation with irritable bowel disease or early bowel cancer, which, you know, is not the greatest news to hear. So at the time, we were like, well, let's just treat the IBD and see what we can do. We'll put her on some special food, and we'll have her back in a month and see what the levels are like then, and see what we can do to, you know. And so I took her back last week for more blood work, and that blood work turned out worse. The things that were elevated in her the blood work before that were even more elevated, which, you know, was a concern for the vet. So, so she said, yeah, this is really corresponding with the irritable bowel disease and the bowel cancer. So what has been going on with Angel actually is her appetite has been humongous. I've never seen this cat eat so much in my life, but she's losing weight. This last month, she's lost an entire pound, even though she eats like she's absolutely starving. I feed her first thing in the morning, and then an hour later, she's acting like I forgot to feed her. And she'll just inhale everything that I give her, but she's not putting weight on. So we had thought maybe that this time around with the blood work, we'd include a thyroid check, just to see if she had like a hyperactive thyroid or... No, the thyroid test was normal. So that was ruled out. So then we decided, okay, well, we'll test her for diabetes, and we'll also test her for FIV. Those came back negative as well. So it's really leading towards the IBD and the bowel cancer. So my fear here is that she's actually got the bowel cancer, and I'll tell you why. It might be a little gross here for a second, so I'm just warning everybody. I'm not going to get too descriptive. But if you're kind of squeamish about like bathroom talk, you might want to just like skip a second. So actually what's been going on with Angel for the past several months is she has had incredibly horrible diarrhea. I mean, it's just like water. And there are times where it's there's little parts that are like normal, but then it's just awful after that. And for a while there was blood in it. And so I was very concerned about that, and I tried giving her, you know, gastrointestinal diet to see if that would help. It didn't touch it. And so, like, everything we've tried up until this point hasn't worked. But the veterinarian has now started treating her with prednisone. And the prednisone, I'm not really seeing any difference with the bowels with that. The food's not helping with the bowels, but I guess that's supposed to be helping with this IBD too. And I don't know. Excuse me. So our plan moving forward with this situation is that she's going to be on this prednisone for about 6 weeks. And if the prednisone doesn't do its job, if it doesn't help, then we're actually going to be starting Angel on chemo medication, which is obviously going to treat the possible cancer that she might have. And so that's not great news for me. You all might know that Angel is like my baby, just like Emma was my baby. I love her so very much, and I've had her since she was a baby, so just the idea of her having cancer at the age of 10 just is heartbreaking for me. But I'm hoping that we've caught this cancer, if it is cancer, early enough that we can treat it and make her comfortable and, like, you know. But we have decided that beyond the medication, the chemo medication, we're probably not moving forward with anything like surgery or anything like that. It's just too much. You know, given her age, you know, I mean, she is 10, which, I mean, for a cat is an okay age. It's not by any means like she's a senior and only has like a year left to live anyways. It's not like that, I know, but just from our standpoint, you know, with having a new little one and everything else, that we cannot, you know, afford to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on preserving her life if we know that this cancer is like a terminal thing, you know? So we're just going to do the best we can to make her comfortable and then see what happens. So unfortunately, that's not some great news that I wasn't hoping to have to share that with you guys, but that's something that's cropped up. So that's also been something that's kind of been keeping me from filming my Flosstube videos. I've just been like worried about her and, you know, just trying to get out and exercise more and stuff like that. And I don't know, I've just been focusing my energy in other places right now, because, you know, finding time to stitch and to have my brain want me to stitch is like a whole thing right now. So as you could probably understand. So what have I got to actually show you guys today? Just a little bit. So as I had mentioned to you guys before, I was working on my Heaven and Earth designs, which I, like I said, hopefully plan on getting back to today. And now I started packaging my Heaven and Earth designs. Floss was not in a DMC box before this. I had them in like sandwich Ziploc bags. And it was really becoming way too much of a hassle to move back and forth between where I was sitting and stitching and everything else. And so at one point I didn't want the floss boxes because I thought that, you know, it was making my floss look terrible by brushing against the bobbins, brushing against each other all the time and stuff like that. But I realized back then I had my floss boxes packed way too tightly. So that's my own fault. And so I realized that this system that I had before isn't working anymore. And so I decided to put things back in the bottom box slowly. As I'm using each color, it's coming into the box. And then the threads will stay in here, because this is going to be a project that I plan on working on for the foreseeable future. So the design is the Quick Stitch Realm of Enchantment by Anne Stokes, which is this beautiful piece right here. Lovely lady. I have a puzzle with this image on it, and yeah, it was a nightmare. As you can imagine, with all the green and everything that was on it. And
Of course, just to show, I've started up in the top left corner, as most people do with their heights. And you'll have to excuse the mess that is my floss at this moment, because I am everywhere with my floss. This is where I'm at. So today, the big bulk of stitching that I did was actually in this part of her wing here. All this dark blue is what I stitched. That's 230 some odd stitches that I put in there. And then of course the color has come out this way since you guys saw it last. This here, the edge of the page is like right here, and I've just kind of stitched a little bit over into the next page so that I don't get those page lines. But I'm really enjoying working on this a whole lot, and I really apologize if I sound congested. I'm like feeling congested all of a sudden. I don't know if it's just like the fall air and the fact that I've been outside walking a lot. I'm feeling all stuffy. Anyway, hopefully it's not a cold coming in, because I really don't want that. But anyway, so this is, I'm really loving this a lot, and I cannot wait to see a page finish on this. I'm hoping maybe in the next 2 weeks I can finish the page. If I actually sit and stitch as much as I would like to sit and stitch, that's going to become a page finish for you guys the next time you see it. If not, very close to a page finish. And the next project that I have to show you guys is my Story Stitches Nightmare Before Christmas Stitch Along, which is over now, of course. It being the end of October and well into November. I fell way behind with this, as you guys know, and I just haven't really worked on it a whole lot since it stopped. But I only had 3 squares done the last time you guys saw it, and I think I have 6 done now. Yep, I have 6. So this is what I have finished now. So Oogie Boogie, the snake with the tree, and the sad mare I have completed. So notes about this. And I forgot to mention about my Heaven and Earth is being stitched 1/1 on, I think, 28 count Monaco or Lugana or something like that. 28 count anyway. And this is being stitched on 28 count Lugana from hand dyed, sorry, I'll be okay. It's from Picture This Plus, and it's called Mire. M-I-R-E, which is beautiful. I absolutely love this color. So notes about this project here. So as you guys remember the last time, I had run out of I did not have the color needed for Oogie Boogie at the time, and I thought that the color conversion was actually like a brownie color for the, you know, normal Oogie Boogie when he's not lit up all underground by his, you know, black lights and stuff, which is what I thought the color was, but I was wrong. The color substitution that I made was also this nice like neonish green, which is actually 3819, but the called for was DMC 16. So this is a very similar color. And I had made a mistake in his mouth. There should be another row of stitches here, but I accidentally forgot them, and people told me that he actually still looks fine just the way he is. So I'll take it. The next change that I made with this pattern is the Christmas tree that the snake is eating. Now, this was originally charted, the tree was charted for DMC 415 for the gray and DMC 666 for the light, for the ornaments. And I actually substituted out the 415 for Petite Treasure, I can speak, I swear to God. PTB PB54 is that silver that I used. And then the ornaments I actually swapped out for a silk that comes from DMC as well in 321. So I just kind of swapped that out to give the, you know how ornaments have a little sheen on them. They're nice, and you know, some ornaments have like a matte finish on them, but the other ones have more of a sheen to them. So but instead of using like a Petite Treasure braid or anything like that, which I didn't have on hand, I just used the silk. So I think it looks great. And then no changes were made to the mare. He's just the way he is. So I really do enjoy this stitch along, and I really should get back to stitching more of it. because you know me, I love The Nightmare Before Christmas, and this is such a great piece. All the little squares that are in it are fantastic, yeah, I just really cannot wait to finish the whole thing. I just wish that I had more of an interest in doing it. I don't know what my problem is lately. But in regards to much of my stitching, I just haven't had, like I said, it's been my mood with, you know, having the cat being sick and having a kitten that's crazy and, you know, that kind of thing. So, and then that's all I have for WIPS. So before I get into my plans for the next couple of weeks, my quote-unquote plans, I just wanted to show you guys, this last week, I actually went through and did some bead storage. My bead storage was awful before. I always just left the little packets of beads in with the projects that they went with. You know, any Mill Hill kits that I had beads left over from, I just left mixed in the bag and didn't touch it. And, you know, some of them were in this really weird tray that I had that they were screwed on top of each other, and it's stacked, and it was just really awful, and I didn't like it. When I got into diamond painting, I bought these trays from Michaels, and I used them for my diamond painting, but because I have not diamond painted in a really long time, I moved my diamonds back over to Ziploc bags and put my beads back into these containers and labeled everything. So there we go. And I'm sorry for the glare that you're getting from my light, but, and then I put everything in numerical order. I know everything's all like twisted around and stuff, but so now my bead storage is pretty much perfect. I have been meaning to do this for so long, and I'm glad that I finally actually just took the time, and instead of stitching, actually focused on doing something that's going to do me some good. Because at least now when I need something for a project, I can just come here and take the container out, do some beading, and then put the container back. And there's less of a chance that I'm going to lose a tiny little packets of beads in transit here and there. That way everything's just kind of neatly tucked in this box, or these boxes, and they're safe. So I did that in the last 3 weeks since you guys saw me. Bead storage, which I love. So, okay, so my plans for the next little while. Obviously, I want to work some more on my Heaven and Earth. How much? I'm not sure. As you remember, I had mentioned that I wanted my November to kind of be a focus for my Canadian Beauty piece by Joan Elliott. So this is she. And just I'll give you guys a refresher as to where I am with her currently, because it's been a while since I brought her out. So there she is. She's beautiful, but she, you know, she really needs some love, I think. There's still quite a bit to do, but I mean, if I really buckle down, I could probably get her finished. Now, what was I stitching this on? I think this is a 28 count, but it's on a fabric that I don't think I have a name for, because when I bought it, they did not put the label on it for me, so I don't really remember. So I'm probably not even accurate with my stitch count for that fabric, but, or what, like, I don't even know what company made that fabric, and I should have made a note of it when I bought it myself. Like, when I was looking at it, I should have just been like, oh, this is 32 count, picture this plus whatever. I should have done that. I did not. So that's my fault. But that's a project that I'm hoping to get back to very soon. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear that. They are vacuuming downstairs, in the business downstairs. Let's see. I also want to put some more work into my Gold Collection Japanese Garden from Dimensions. I love this piece so much. It's very beautiful. Like I said, the last time you guys saw it, I had planned to like maybe finish this little area here. That did not get done. So hopefully sometime soon that can get finished. And I'll show you guys as well where I'm at with this. And I'm sorry for any rustling that you're hearing. Yep, this is the right way up. So this is where I'm at with it. So some sparklies in there, and I apologize for all the wrinkles, as I always am, and the squeaking of the chair that I'm on. It's always something when we film, isn't it? There's got to be something going on in one way or another that kind of gets in the way or shows up or whatever. So that's another loose plan for the next couple of weeks, is to get some stitches put into that. And then the last real plan that I have is actually to start Ink Circle's Reflections of Canada. I think this is a really cute piece. I just need to go out and buy some more 18 count white Aida, which I can just get at Walmart. And then I have some floss here from Classic Colorworks in Ribbon Red that I'm going to use for that as well. So hopefully that should look really nice. It looks very similar to what they call for in the pattern, which, let me see. Let me just take a quick peek at what this pattern actually calls for thread. Oh my gosh, try to get this out of here. Reflections of Canada. Calls for 32 count linen, which I won't be using. I'm probably just, like I said, going to be using 18 count Aida. 2 plies of Waratah dinky dyes. Waratah dinky dye silk over 2 threads. And then the call for fabric for this is the vintage smoky white Zweigart Belfast linen. But I just figure with red it will pop nicely just on white, and that's what I'm gonna do. And as you might recall, I actually have all of the elemental dragon mandalas from Ink Circles. So I'm quite excited to start those at some point as well, which I think I'm also going to just be stitching on a white fabric with just the with the flosses that I picked out for each design. But yeah, and then I kind of pulled out my Northern Expressions Needlework Shades of Blue that I picked out like quite a while ago, but I do not think I have a piece of fabric big enough for this. Because looking on it now, it says the floss estimates are for 40 count fabric using 1 strand of floss. So 40 count, in my opinion, right, is a lot smaller than 32 count, obviously. And so, it's like really, is it really tiny? Because I feel like you would, like, I'm stitching on like 28 or 32 count right now for my Haid, and I feel like those holes are freaking tiny. Like, I feel like those stitches are microscopic. So 40 count's gotta be worse, right? My gosh, I don't even know. So I think I had bought some 18 count blue Aida for this, and I just don't know if it's gonna be big enough. Cause what is it 36 count that is equivalent to 18 count Aida? 32 count Lugana. I have to go back at my thing and check that out. So there's a lot of, I can really hear that vacuum now. I'm really sorry. Because I've only got 2 skeins of each of the called for flosses from Dinky Dyes for this project. So if I have to buy some more, I'd really like to avoid buying more. But I don't know. I don't think if I stitch this on 18 count, I'm going to have enough floss. Or I could just save those Dinky Dyes flosses for another time and use DMC. What do you guys think? Should I substitute and just use different shades of blue for DMC? Or should I use the Dinky Dye silks that I actually bought specifically for this and just buy some extra ones just to be safe? And will this stitch on 18 count fabric 1/1 very well with the silk, or do you think not? I just, you know, I'm still, in the way of things like this, I'm still quite inexperienced, and I don't really know what would be the best way to approach these things. Because I really love this project and I would really love to start it. I just, I'm not sure really what my best option here is. because I've seen some people stitch 1/1 on 18 count and it looks okay, but then again, I don't know. I know you can get smaller than 18 count. I think you can get like 20 count Aida, but I don't know if that would even work or where I could even approach buying something like that. But yeah, for now, that is all I have for you guys. Loose plans and stuff like that. Maybe the shades of blue, if I can get some fabric between now and the new year, the shades of blue can be a new start for the new year. And then I can work on that throughout the year and, you know, maybe break the whole pattern into sections or something like that to make it easier to stitch. But yeah, that is everything from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys all for liking and subscribing. I think I'm over 500 subscribers now, I think. But here's the thing. Eventually I do want to do a giveaway. I have a few patterns that I have that I've stitched and that I no longer want to keep. And I also have some fabric. I have some opalescent linen in my stash that I don't ever plan on touching because when I bought it, I made the mistake of ordering linen instead of an even weave. And I've heard nightmare stories about linens, so I really don't think I'll ever use it. It's really nice, greeny blue type fabric. So I'd like to put some of these designs and fabric into a giveaway, but I don't want to do a giveaway until I reach, you know, like 600 or 700 subscribers. I've been sitting in and around the 500 mark for quite a while now, and my numbers go up little by little. But I'd really like to reach a greater milestone, and I really do want to give out to the community and spread some of my stash around that I no longer am using. And what better way to do that than a thank you giveaway to the people that follow me and watch me from, you know, week to week or month to month or however often I'm doing this. And to show my appreciation for everybody that comes and watches and comments and things like that. I really do believe in giving back to the community, so, you know, I would like to do that. So spread the word, people. Not about the giveaway, because, like, you know, we don't need people in here, greedy people. But, you know, I do want to reach more of the community, and I really, you know, want to do something nice for everyone. And yeah, I just I feel like this giveaway would be a good one. It would be a good one. Now, I will be fair and tell you guys that the designs that I plan on giving away are Nora Corbett designs. I have 3 in my stash that I have since finished and have just been sitting waiting for someone else to stitch them. One I am already planning on giving away as a birthday present to someone, so that is out. But the other ones I will use for the giveaway, and the fabric I will use for the giveaway as well. And I'll see if there's anything in between now and then that I can kind of come up with that will work for that as well. But the way things are right now, maybe we can just do the giveaway and I can have 3 winners and that'll be it. Or maybe I'll just do the Nora Corbett's 1 giveaway, and then some other time I'll do the fabric as a giveaway. We'll see. We'll see how things go. We'll see how things progress in the next few months. I might even just do a random Christmas giveaway. Just because Christmas, right? So we'll have to see how things go between now and then. And yeah, so I hope you guys have a fantastic stitchy week. I'm hoping maybe that I can come back next week. Maybe I'll have enough to show you guys that I can come back next week. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That's probably never happened with me. Never have I been a 1 video a week stitcher, but who knows? I'll just pop on whenever I feel like I need to pop on. Despite the fact that I said that, you know, my videos were going to come in increments of 2 weeks at a time on specific days of the week. So,
you know, maybe aim for the 14th, which is Sunday. So today's Monday, so Sunday being the 14th, that would be my next video. And then go back to my 2-week rotation of, you know, doing one on the 14th or the 15th, and then doing one again on the 30th of the month. So then it's like pretty much every 2 weeks, right on the nose. That probably would work as well. So hopefully you guys will see me again next week, and I'll have lots and lots and lots to show you. And I'll have touched everything that I said I was going to touch. And, yeah, hopefully the cat doesn't get too crazy. She's, you can probably see her right in the corner, right there. She's sleeping on the couch. She's curled up on the couch, being a good little kitty. That's her favorite place on the couch, is that little corner. I don't know why, but that's like her spot on the couch. She really is the most cuddliest cat I've ever met in my life. I thought Angel was a baby. Like, Angel was a big sucky. She has nothing on River. River is like the biggest sucky cat I've ever seen. But alright, that does it for me, guys. I will see you guys again, hopefully next week.